Back to do another video. I want to thank all my subscribers for being here, new subscribers as well. Those that are abroad from the United States, I want to thank you. If I am reaching you, please let me know. Let me know where you are in the world. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world today. Um, and if it is night where you are, hopefully you're having a great night. Um, I have my singing bowl here, and I'm going to ring my singing bowl. If you would like to, um, if you're on a PC, you're on earbuds, earpods, whatever you may be on, you might want to turn the volume down, and I'm going to ring this singing bowl. Thank you. All right, I'm going to use some Palo Santo. Just so I can clear any negative energy around or any negative energy that's trying to come through. All right. Excuse me for 1 minute. Sorry about that. So, I know a lot of you are going to not want to watch this video because nobody likes hearing bad news, but I received a download. I was actually watching a couple people that were um, spiritually, I don't want, spiritual enthusiast, I guess you would say. I may be saying it wrong, but they're of the Christian faith and whatever other faith there is out there. I believe, let me see. Let's say, let's see. Um, see how I want to start this. Let's say, well, let's say mm, we're all sent here, and many of us are sent here to suffer and to endure. But did you ever wonder why the fallen ones were sent here on earth? Did you ever wonder why the four angels are bound in the Euphrates River? These beings are supposed to be let loose, um, not let loose, they're actually supposed to be released and put in the lake of fire. If any of you have read the book Left Behind, I suggest you pick it up or look it up on YouTube or whatever, or Google it or somehow. Um, look up that movie Look up the book Left Behind. Um, it's informative, but it's also um, it's also, it'll open your eyes because this book has a lot to do with the Bible. It also has a lot to do with Egyptology. The beings, the gods of so-called the gods of Egypt, these are the exact beings that are written about in the Bible. These beings are the fallen ones. Now, the reason why I said what I said about, if you ever wonder why you're sitting here, the earth is a hellish place. I'm going to say that again. The earth is a hellish place. Now, it speaks about these beings in this book, Left Behind. These beings that were left behind and what I've received in a download that these beings are basically, there was a weapon that was released on the four corners, and this weapon was called, I want to say it was called Change of Winds. It's called Change of Winds, but it was a weapon that cannot be retracted. I was listening to a man on YouTube, and you guys might want to go check it out. Check him out. Confirmation. Um, this man, his name is, let me get the name for you right quick. Okay. His name is Jordan Maxwell. You might want to look him up because he gives a lot of inside information. He's been searching this information for over 42 years. I believe he just passed in 2022. But you might want to look this person up. So, when I did read the book Left Behind, and the reason why it's called Left Behind, because there was weapons of mass destruction that was released. These are the four winds. You know that story about how that the creator was so upset because there was so much noise that was being made on the earth. Well, that being was Enlil. This being released weapons of mass destruction, and upon this earth, which would be the four winds. These winds would go through and desolate everyone on the earth. But there were four that was left behind. If you think about it, Euphrates River was something else. Canaanites, Canaan, I can't remember what it's called, but these beings are everything in Samaria. All of this in that area was enough to wipe out the entire planet and leave the planet desolate. When you go watch this guy, Jordan Maxwell, all right, I think it's Maxwell. Let me see. Yeah, Maxwell. You go watch this man. You get a lot of inside information. Now, we are already in hell. And this was a download because I watched a man last night, African guy, that was talking about what's coming. Now, you got Old Testament, you got New Testament. Old Testament has already happened, it's already passed. Now we're on a New Testament. These are the things to come now. Now, I know a lot of you don't like hearing all of these different things, but I'm speaking metaphorically, and if you look at it metaphorically, and if you look at the Bible metaphorically, but if you look at what um, what is to happen and what is to come, it's just like they said that there's a wheel and a wheel, and then there's eyes all around, and then there's wings. You look at that metaphorically, um, but what I'm trying to say is that if they say you're born in sin, you're already sin. You're already basically you're not sinless, so to speak, because you're in flesh. You're here on earth. So let's just hypothetically say that we are already in hell. Now, when the time comes, we'll be cast in a lake of fire. Just hypothetically speaking, I'm just getting you to think about this because this was a download to me. So, there's a great war that's coming, okay? And you have to choose a side, A or B. And whatever side you choose is either going to be you in the lake of fire or you in the new kingdom. It's going to be really up to you. So if you think about it, the book Left Behind, there are some of those beings that stay behind because of the humans on this earth. The change of winds, like I said, four winds, which is radiation, because this is something that cannot be taken back. Once you use an atomic bomb or Hiroshima, this atomic bomb is not new. This is nothing new because these beings are so far advanced. It's just unreal. There are trillions of light years. Confirmation. There are trillion light years ahead of us. So my download says that these four winds are the four nuclear bombs. That is the four winds, which is radiation. If you ever notice and you look at some of the places where they talk about, well, Billy Carson says that there are people that are still connected and holding their hands together. They're still holding hands. They're holding babies. They're everything. All of this. They found these things all over the world that people have been, you know, holding hands or holding each other or holding children or whatever it may be, that these beings are still holding and preserved. It's like they were made of stone. But the only thing that does that is nuclear. Nuclear warfare, that's the only thing that does that. Change of winds, this is what they call it. The Anunnaki. So why would you think they call it change of winds? You really think about it, the four winds. All right? So, there is a great war to come. And this war will be determined on who takes the humans who's gonna fight for this planet? Who's gonna confirmation? Who's gonna fight for this planet? Who is going to who's gonna take control over the humans? And from my vision, I seen World War III. It has to do with extraterrestrial, but it's also humans are involved as well. These gods that are supposed to return, or these fallen ones that are supposed to return, their home is an orbital, their planet. It doesn't go in the same as Jupiter and Mars and Venus and all that around us. It's orbital elliptic or something like that. I don't know how you say it, but that's their planet. It goes out and it goes in an orb like this, orbital. It's not round. It's like this. Goes out and comes back in our solar system. What do you think about this? That planet pulls a lot of stones, hailstones, pulls a lot of matter behind it, and it has a tail. The planet has a tail. It's like a dragon, and this planet will be bringing stuff with it. When this planet passes, it shakes up the earth. It literally makes the earth, confirmation, it literally makes the earth stop. And at this point, everything starts to heat up. Coming behind that planet is a lot of trash. And if you had not decided with these fallen ones, if you have not taken their oath, these fallen ones, you will perish. You will perish in the lake of fire. You get it what I'm saying? You're already going through purgatory right now. You're already in hell. You're already here on earth suffering. A long lasting suffering until you die. And then when the hell, fire, and brimstone come and hit the planet, it's no telling how long it's going to burn. You following me what I'm saying? There's two stages. There's hell, and then there's eternal fire. So, if you're not with these fallen ones, you're left here to suffer the catastrophic of what's going to happen. It says in the Bible that the Holy Spirit won't, and this is not the Holy Spirit that said this. It's those that created the Bible, those that are running this world. This is their prophecy. This is the things that are happening because they know when their planet coming by, destruction is going to happen. The world will stop spinning. This is their prophecy. So if you're not with them, you're against them. And at this point, this is why the other ones stayed behind. That's why the book is called Left Behind. But this was because of war. This was because of nuclear fallout. Because they were warring against, for the people. Each side was warring because each one of these four beings, they had four parts of the earth. So it was divided like a pie. You got north, east, west, and south. Each one of them got a part. So each one of them, I don't believe each one of them stayed behind, but there were some that were hybrids that did not want to leave their children behind. What I'm trying to say is my download was that we were already in hell. We're already in purgatory. We're already going through the things that um, a hellish place is supposed to be. You have killing, you have murdering, you have storms, you have a lot of people dying, you have a lot of people suffering. Food, disease, no food, disease, starvation. You got all of this. You got, you know, hurricanes, you got mudslides, you got earthquakes, you got tsunamis, you got a lot of suffering, people dying, funerals. You got all of this stuff going on. That's hellish. The earth is a hellish place. Those that did not side with them, their spirit still roams this earth because of hatred, because of anger, betrayal. These spirits are still roaming this earth, and that's not to even say about their Nephilim children that started cannibalism, and people are still cannibalism still to this day because they're eating flesh, they're eating animals, and it doesn't matter whether you cook it or whatever, you still cannibalism, you're still eating flesh. Something else came to my mind, download. In Egyptology, it talks about how Ra rides, Ra rides the boat going across. He rides his ship going across the earth. But once he gets down to the under part of in the underworld, there is a pet that tries to kill him. The more that story of confirmation, the more that story is that the sun brings life, but it also takes life. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I should have wrote this down and I didn't write it down. I'm quite sure it'll come to me in a little while. But we're sent here to suffer. It's basically why we're sent here. We're sent here to suffer. You're already born in flesh. You're already born in the 6-6 realms, the physical realm. You already matter, dark matter. Here's what I'm going to say. I read a book, and this book is called Children of the Matrix. And in this book, it speaks about Adam and Eve. And this brings me back to the time when I said about the angels falling to this earth. These angels are not beings with wings. These beings don't have wings. These beings became flesh when they fell here. These beings were light beings. They were beings of light. This is what the angel, supposed to be confirmation, this is what the angels are supposed to be. They're light. They're beings of light. So you can't really tell. There is no gender. Like I said before in my other video. Up there in heaven, there is no gender. There's no such thing as gender. So why are you giving the Creator a gender when it's all around you? Light begin from darkness. So, as so above is so below. In this book, it speaks about Adam and Eve. And they were guardians of the garden. The guardians of the garden. Where do you think the garden is? These beings that came here to fail, they recreate what has already happened. They recreate what's happening in the heavens. This is what a lot of people don't know. That saying is for a reason. As so above is so below. Within, without. There's a reason for that. Because not only that there was an Eve here on earth, but there was an Eve in the heaven. These beings were light beings. Adam and Eve were light beings. This is why they could not see the sexual. They couldn't see what they were. They could not see what they were because they were guardians of the garden. And when these beings disobeyed, they fell right here on earth. So which these two were angels at first. And when they fell, they lost that light and became flesh. And at that point, they began to be able to see that they were different, male and female. And the reason why I know this is because in one of my dreams, and you're only going to hear this from me, a light being came to me, picked me up out of a cubby hole, a tree. And I woke up in a physical realm, the physical 3D realm, hissing like a cat. Then I spoke to a woman that was in New Zealand. In her dream, I think her son was in a coma. No, in the physical realm, her son was in a coma. She said she had to go into the underworld to get her son. And she went into the underworld as a light being. There's no coincidences on that. There's no such thing as coincidences. So a light being that picked me up out of the tree, and I woke up right here in the physical 3D physical realm, hissing like a cat. This woman, she tells me that she had to go into the underworld to get her son's spirit as a light being. Then I read a book, Children of the Matrix, and it says Adam and Eve were light beings. They were guardians of the Garden of Eden. You see where I'm going with this? You heard it here first. This fairy tale with the wings and stuff, forget about it. That's not true. The real angels are light beings. They are not what you were told to believe. There are a lot of angels and light beings walking this earth, but they're instilled in some bodies that are here on earth. This is the light that the Anunnaki was trying to figure out How did the Holy Spirit do that? How did the Holy Spirit encapture the light being inside the flesh? You heard it here first. Angels don't have wings. This is a fairy tale make believe stuff. The real angel is a light being. So, those that are here on this earth is hell. These beings that are come back to fight, they're going to be fighting each other. And whoever wins is the one who wins the humans. Because you will not ever be free. You will not ever be free. For as long as you are on this earth, you will not be free. Remember, this place is hell. And if you don't side with them, they have the four winds that they will let loose on this earth. That'll wipe everyone out. And not to mention their planet passing by. That's the lake of fire. And when it bombards this earth goes up in flames. How long the fire lasts, nobody knows. But this is hypothetically speaking. Because this person that's supposedly God in the Bible, but which is 3 or 4 of them, the lowercase g's, these are the ones that are warring and playing tug of war on who's gonna take over the humans, who's gonna claim ownership of the humans. So if you don't side with them during this war that they're gonna have, there are some of them that are still here that never left. They're just up in the sky, cloaked in their ships. So you're already in hell right now. Lake of fire, hellfire and brimstone, it's on its way. It's on its way. And for those that don't side with them, they'll release the 4 winds at that time. This is what is spoken about in the Bible. You ever wonder why? You ever wonder why Putin released this information about Jesus being black? The black angels and all this other kind of stuff. You ever wonder why that? Because these beings that are coming back are melanated skinned people, whether they're dark green or brown. But these beings are fallen ones. These beings are reptiles. So I'm going to leave this here. But just remember that. Just think about it. Why were the 4 angels bound in Euphrates? Why are you here on this earth? And these fallen ones have fell to the earth. That's something else that came to me too just now. It came to me yesterday. What was it? When it says in the Bible, God created the heavens and the earth. Hypothetically speaking, God created the heavens and the earth. I've written a lot of stuff down on my phone. So, these beings that are called the Anunnaki, the shining ones, once those that once came from heaven to earth. So, it speaks about, Creator says that He created the heavens and the earth. Now let's flip that around. These beings that came to this earth from the heavens, these creators from heaven came to earth. Confirmation. God created heaven and earth. So if there's creation that came from heaven to the earth, that they're the creators of heaven and earth. So these beings that came from the heavens, they are the heavens which came to the earth, which the Creator created heaven and earth. These beings are heaven that's created, that's the creators are supposedly that tinkered with the hominids, mankind. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you do get what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to say is that these beings are the heaven. And they supposedly did create the earth. So, which means heaven came to earth. The Creator created heaven and the earth, and within and without, within and out, which means everything in the cosmos, which means these beings travel the entire cosmos, is what I'm saying. In the beginning, it said God created heaven and earth. So they're the gods that came from earth to earth, which supposedly they created humans, but they didn't create humans. They only genetically engineered humans. This creation comes from the real Creator, which this being has no form. You guys should check out Jordan Maxwell. I'm going to leave this here. Just wanted to give you some food for thought. That what if you're already on in hell, and why the angels fell here? Because there are spirits that was killed by radiation, by those nuclear warheads hitting this earth. And the great winds that passed through, which is the radiation, killed everybody. So you are in hell with the Nephilim and the fallen ones right now. So hellfire and brimstone is on his way, which is going to create a lake of fire right here on this planet. And no telling how long it's going to burn, how long the lake of fire will stay here on this earth once this planet has passed and went around the sun and back out. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank all you for watching. wanted to give you some food for thought. Thank all of you for watching my videos, subscribing, sharing. Those that are abroad, thank you. I hope I'm reaching you as far as I can. I'm trying to reach my hand as far as I can. But these were downloads that were sent to me. This is what was sent to me. That we are already in hell. We're already in purgatory. We're already going through hellish things here on this earth. So this is hell right now. They are those that have been damned from this extraterrestrial group that's been damned on this earth, that's already went through nuclear warfare here and the change of winds that killed everyone. So now we're on a new path, which is the New Testament, which is um, a time of plagues and death, war. We're already here in hell. Just something to think about. And if you don't decide to go with them, they're going to nuke this place again, and stones are going to come, lake of fire, and there we go. The earth is on fire, and it's a lake. So, thank you for listening. Ancestor, the Carrion and Lyran race, out.